Okay, so here we are booted up, seeing everything. We got 128 megs of memory, 50 megahertz M bus, 25 megahertz S bus, the two HyperSparks, and did a probe SCSI, and we'll see we have a removable disk in 6, that's CD, and then this Seagate drive, which looks like a 2.1 gigabyte drive. So that should be enough room. I'm probably going to do Solaris 2.6. But I want to see if we can boot my... I don't have a CD-ROM for that right now. Let's see if we can boot from a Solaris 8 CD. Oh, it's reading. It's reading. It's very exciting. Very exciting. Again, in the last video, you probably watched it where I just shoved the main board in here and configured it. I'm going to bring this up to 384 megabytes of memory. But I would like to know if anyone has any suggestions on the S-Bus cards that we might want in this. Like I say, I have a quad fast Ethernet. I definitely want 100 megabit Ethernet because NFS will be painful over 10 megabit. But I also have a differential SCSI slash... oh, that's really screaming now. Differential SCSI drive. So that's another option. In a differential SCSI S-Bus controller with a fast Ethernet on it. Okay, that's totally expected because this had, I think, this drive had one of the BSDs, NetBSD or OpenBSD for VAX. I had it in the micro VAX, which is up on the shelf. So I'm not surprised that it doesn't have a good label. Not surprising at all. I should have booted into single user mode so that I could format it. I'm going to flood some light here, and then we can see the kitten. Very curious about all that spinning disk. You get spoiled to Kimu and think these things were fast, but this is, I'm sure, chugging along at real speed. But this is going to be configured as maybe one of the kings of the workstation. Certainly, probably the top tier 32-bit workstation available at the time. Or ever, right? So this is the pinnacle of 32-bit Unix workstations. So get it nearly maxed out in memory. 2 CPUs. It could go up to 4. We can't fully populate the memory to all half gigabyte because of the SX, right? So the vSIM is going to take up some room. I can't believe I popped open a brand new media kit to go grab my install disk here. Let me turn off the light again now that we've seen the kitty. And just due to the setup, I can't move this any closer. So sorry, there's a lot of dark space around the screen here. Oh, it's chugging along. It's reading from the CD. Probably a 1-speed CD. But it seems to be working. It's able to get pretty far. Now, when we do the full-blown installation, we'll be using the serial port so we can get a better video of it. But I just want to see this thing come up. Oh, and I didn't connect a mouse. That is annoying. Let's see, is it too late? Probably not. We got a Sun Type 6 keyboard with a Type 5 mouse. When I have this thing in full workstation mode, which I plan to actually use it as at the very least an X terminal, it'll run Emacs just fine. It'll run Emacs over X really well, and it'll give me a nice comfortable keyboard and a nice display. Oh, I'm actually typing on the keyboard here with a cat. It's a little rambly here, so I apologize for the disjointed nature of it. But I'm just excited to finally have a minute to put this together. I'm on vacation yesterday and today, and it's tonight. So due to my night owlness, it'll be a late night. Yeah, I know, I don't have a network cable connected. Okay, mouse is in. We will see. Can we get open windows up? Yeah. The other thing I'd like to do is some head-to-head with this and the SPARCstation 10, because they're equipped with the same CPU configuration. The SPARCstation 10 has SunOS 4.14, and this, of course, is going to have probably Solaris 2.6. And here's where I come to the plea, and I'm going to make a separate video about this. I'm looking for a piece of software. The Sun PC. Not to be confused with Sun PCI, which I have for the later PCI-based machines. But there's an S-Bus accelerator card. And I have this S-Bus accelerator card. It's basically got a 486 or 586 on it. And you can run DOS, Windows 3.1.1, some cool stuff in there with hardware acceleration. But it needs some software that is incredibly difficult to find. So like I said, I'll make a separate video explaining what this software is. I've looked high or low, talked to all my usual people who are like, oh, you need, SunOS 4.14 install CD. That's easy for them to get, right? But to get a copy of this, and it may not have been very widely used, because if you had one of these, what are you doing needing to run DOS programs? So that is an interesting question, and very difficult to find. Can't find it anywhere online. So if you have a copy, please let me know, and I would appreciate it. But like I said, separate video all about the hunt for this and why it's so difficult to find. And all of this is, this is Solaris 8, right? So this is, call it circa 2000, maybe 2002 for this. And this machine is 1994, 95 vintage. So we're 7 years on. So I'm not surprised that it's quite so slow here. And a lot of this slowness, I think, is just I/O off the CD drive. Because that light has just been on this whole time. And that's also where a lot of the noise is coming from, is the fixed disc and the CD. It's blinking a little bit. We're moving beyond where we're at. And yeah, so once it gets set up and everything, I get up. Here we go. Are we getting a display? I'm going to crank this down a little bit here and try to get a better, less trapezoidal view. So I had it cranked up. Yeah, this is just stuck on I/O. Oh, no, that's a fun pattern. Yep, mouse works. So we're in an LCD with a non-native resolution. So this is probably 1152 by 900. This is, of course, a 1280 1024 display. So where CRTs really have the edge is this sort of thing, where you may not be in native resolution. But yeah, it's just thrashing this CD. And we're already up to 9 minutes here. Probably no one's still watching at this point, but this is important to log these activities. And then we'll add it in the Sun stick. I have a Sun-enabled KVM for the classic Sun keyboard mouse connections. So I'll have this and the SPARCstation 10. Probably throw the O2 in there, so I'll be able to use one keyboard mouse and one monitor and switch between all the retro gear at will. So yeah, this is probably doing something insane. I haven't looked at Solaris 8 in a long time, so it's probably running Java or something to do the installer. It's got to load a lot of stuff off a one-speed CD. Unfortunately, my other CD, SCSI CD, is one-speed. What I could have done is pulled the SCSI to SD and put these CD images on SD cards. That will let you hot swap in my experience. So have one SD card with that and set that up. And that may be actually what I might do down the road rather than having a spinning disk in here. You know, spinning disks, they're old, they get hot, they consume power. Here we go, CD. So that looks a little bit better. Yeah, so my Solaris 8 media is the SPARC Platform Edition, Solaris 8 202. I also have a Solaris 7 media kit, but I'm still looking for 2.6. Of course, I have a CD image, but it's always fun to get the real deal media kits to get the full experience. But I think this guy will be happiest at 2.6, maybe 251. I don't know. Solaris, older Solaris was a little goofy. I think it probably came into its own around 8 is when it really, it's like, hey, this is perfect. 8, and then of course now with 10, it had all the really, you know, future features, right? So the ZFS, you know, all that stuff, you know, D-Trace, all those cool bits and pieces, and then of course Illumos now. So I may give a try Triblix actually, which is an Illumos distribution available for the for SPARC. So I may give a try to see if we can do that on the Sunblade. Might be fun. So yeah, that's complaining about that. When I put a label on this disc, and then we'll end this video. So yeah, 0 here. Verify. So there we go. We are labeled our 2 gig disk. And just do a Control D out of there. Format again just to verify. It's unnecessary. There we go. So I'm going to shut this guy down and end this video now. But more will be coming, and hopefully when we do the actual install, whatever it is, we'll be going through the serial console so you can see a nicer display. But this is why I got this thing, is because of the SX display, to be able to get the 24 color display. Let's see how fast it is. Probably going to be some lag there. Oh, but not too bad. Not too bad at all. That's pretty good. So more on this later, more on the Sun PC later. Again, thanks for watching, putting up with a couple of bizarre videos, disorganized. I just needed to get this stuff off my plate while I had a little bit of vacation and kind of document what I'm doing. So thanks again for watching.